Right, so this is it. Big Bang 2001, new event, and it's for the August pay-per-view in WCW, and I'm really liking this card. It's jam-packed, full of action, and we have got all titles on the line for the very first time, including the Interim World Belt. So that is 7 titles, so only 2 matches are not for a title here. We're going to kick things off with a 4-way Cruiserweight tag elimination match. Air Raid are going to win against Skipper and Romeo, Karagias and Noble, and also Sanders and Kiwi. That should get the fans on their toes. Then, for the first time in 3 months, the Hardcore title is being defended on a pay-per-view. Hugh Morrus is going to retain it over David Flair and Bam Bam Bigelow in a 3-way. Then we have got the tag match, and it's another 4-way elimination tag match. Jindrak and O'Hare are going to be the new tag champions after last eliminating Dusty and Dustin Rhodes. If you remember, Sean O'Hare and Dustin Rhodes are currently feuding. The other 2 teams involved in that are 2 teams that have been feuding. Buff Bagwell and Lex Luger, and also the Perfect Event, Stasiak and Palumbo. We've got a new TV champ. Curt Hennig is going to beat the Cat and Lance Storm in a 3-way. Hennig just returning to WCW last month. Cruiserweight title, Just Incredible retains his Cruiserweight title in a 3-way against Jushin, Thunder Liger and Lash LeRoux. He does it by cheating against Liger. We've got our 5v5 match for the 3rd pay-per-view in a row between the same teams, but this time the Filthy Animals finally win. It's a survivor match, elimination match, and in the end, New Jack pins Shane Douglas. We have also got a new US champ. Mike Awesome is going to beat Chris Kanyon in a last man standing match. The Interim belt, Sting wins the Interim World belt in a 4-way, no elimination, just a 4-way match by pinning Jeff Jarrett, and Kevin Nash and Goldberg are also involved in that. Then, in the main event, Scott Steiner finally gets his hands on Hulk Hogan after having his title stole from him, and Scott Steiner is going to beat Hulk Hogan cleanly to show what a monster he is. So, Sting can this week sometime activate his Interim World Belt clause, and he can face Scott Steiner yet again for the world title. So I think it's going to be an absolute barnstormer of this pay-per-view. If Hulk Hogan was on a written contract, it's possible he could have won the title, but he's on an open contract, and I can't give the title to someone on an open contract. So Steiner is a champion for another day. Let's see how it goes. Not a bad opener, good match quality, crowd reaction not great, we knew that, but a good cruiserweight match to start, gets the crowd all geared up while they're settling into the arena. 63%, not bad. Well, that is why I haven't been having the hardcore matches on pay-per-views for the last 2 months. And it probably won't be appearing on the next after this atrocity of a rating of a match. 56%. Bam Bam Bigelow throws Morrus into a shopping trolley. Morrus powers out of a Bam Bam Bigelow headlock. Running clothesline from Hugh Morrus. Hugh Morrus floors David Flair and climbs the turnbuckles. No laughing matter. 1, 2, 3. It sounded quite a good match, that. Anyway. And another shot. This is not going well. The title's lost image. Maybe the Perfect Event should have retained. I just thought time for new tag champs, O'Hare and Jindrak. But it didn't get a great score, unfortunately. Buff Bagwell can barely stand. Super Frankensteiner 1, 2, 3. Oh, does that mean that they were the last ones in? Oh, I've got that wrong anyway. Anyway, it got a bad score. Not bad. TV title's lost image. Curt Hennig's the new TV champ. The cat must have been punched with that chain while in mid powerbomb. I can't imagine the cat powerbombing anyone, but there we go. What a cheap shot. Best match of the night so far, but it's not saying much. It's a bit more like it, but cruiserweight match, would have expected it to get a better rating than that, unfortunately. But Just Incredible is still the cruiserweight champion, and we really need to be picking up. We need to be getting better ratings, because I was really excited for this pay-per-view, but it's not gone down too well so far. Again, this has had the worst rating out of all. Flying headbutt 1, 2, 3. It's just not. It's just not our night. I think that's the last time they'll be fighting at pay-per-view. But for the last 2 pay-per-views, the Rat Pack have beat Filthy Animals, and this is a time for Filthy Animals to get the redemption. But the fans, for some reason, weren't that up for it. Next match. Chris Kanyon lost overness. Mike Awesome gained overness. US title has lost image, unfortunately. But Mike Awesome's a new champion. Let's see. Awesome bomb. Shut the ring. Counts to 10. I expected that to get a bit higher, but we've got for the last 2 matches, surely Hogan and Steiner's going to bring in massive ratings. Not great. Kevin Nash was sluggish. Interim title has gained an image though, which is good. And the last match, okay, the world title's lost image. Match quality was shocking, and I don't think I'll be bringing Hulk Hogan back after that. $300,000 for an appearance, and he gives a match quality rating like that. I didn't expect him to put on a classic, but at least we know the crowd was up for it, and that's what we wanted, and we wanted a big buy rate, so let's see how it does. But it is a disappointing event overall. That is our worst rating for a pay-per-view since I've taken over. From January to July, this has done worse than all of them, and we have actually had 2 matches in the 50s, nothing in the 80s. It was a poor event overall. After the absolute success of Bash at the Beach, which got 80%, this has got 11% less, so I'm hoping it doesn't damage company too much. 1.41, I don't actually know if that's any good or not. At least it did quite a bit better than Heat. Well, Wall thinks he should be higher up the card, as does Justin Liger. Well, we'll get on to that. But yeah, it is what it is. Unhappy workers. Buff Bagwell's gone back down, unfortunately. Okay, scouting. Yeah, we don't need that. So that concludes this show. But yeah, disappointing overall, unfortunately. We'll have to think of what to do next to get some new feuds starting. And, sometimes when you think something's going to go down well, it doesn't necessarily work out that way. Hogan, Steiner, I think it was worth the punt in bringing Hogan back, because otherwise we'd have probably got a Steiner Jarrett rematch. Would that have done better? Certainly not crowd-wise. Match quality, probably. But it is what it is. So we'll be back for Monday Nitro, and we will see when Sting will activate his clause to face a world champion in Scott Steiner.